Hi everyone. I want to talk to you today about posture, which is a bit of a loaded word, but go with me. Have you ever had someone tell you to do something like relax your shoulders? And so you bring your shoulders down, and then a moment later, when you turn your attention to something else, boop, up they come again. Me too. So why does that happen? Why, when someone reminds us of something like that, can we not just go, oh yeah, and keep the shoulders down, right? Well, it's actually very clever. Over time, our nervous system figures out the postures and positions that we spend the most time in. And so what it does is, over time, gradually, more and more, it keeps us in those positions, right? In those postures. So if we are the kind of person who, maybe there's some life stress, right? And it kind of puts us into that sort of stressed posture of raised shoulders. The more we're in that stress, the more our shoulders go there, and the more our nervous system says, oh, you like that posture. That's a good posture for you, right? Okay, great. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold the tension in the muscles that keep the shoulders up so that you can stay in that posture that you obviously really like so much. Thank you so much, nervous system, right? So it is useful to be able to raise our shoulders or get into whatever position or posture or movement that we need to do in any given moment. But when we are done with that moment, that situation, we want to be able to let go of the muscles that have tensed up to bring us into that position. But what has happened is our nervous system has done it so much, it's become habitual, and it's now forgotten how to let go. So we might be able to pull the shoulders down and the muscles kind of stretch a little bit, but the nervous system has forgotten how to actually let them release completely. And soon they go back to that kind of habitual posture, right? Basically, the nervous system gets so practiced at bringing the shoulders up, that becomes our new normal. So what do we do about it? Well, nothing if you're happy with, the way your body is held, right? Like if you're happy with how you move, if you're happy with how you look, whatever that might mean, whatever feels good to you. If you're happy with the positions that you're brought into, then you don't need to do anything at all, of course. However, if you're finding maybe the movement of your arms is a bit restricted, or you're getting some tension in your neck and it's not very comfortable, or you just look in the mirror and go, oh, I'm not happy with this kind of head forward posture, or whatever it might be for you, that's where somatic movement can help us. So I'm not going to go into masses of detail about how somatic movement can help us with this, except to say that we learn through somatic movement to regain control of the muscles at the level of the nervous system. So we are retraining the brain, retraining the nervous system so that we can efficiently contract the muscles and release them at will, and so that we're not habitually stuck in certain postures. Over time, that means we get more and more practiced at noticing when muscles are tight, because that's going to happen, right? Stresses happen and shoulders come up, or whatever your thing is. So we notice when muscles are tight, and we know how to release them in a way that is more lasting until the next stress comes along, right? And we also are not actually automatically ending up in that posture that is not so helpful, right? We're not automatically ending up there so often because it becomes less of a habit. So when we do get there, we can release it, but we don't get there as often. So if we want to improve our posture, and by improve, I mean make it work better for you, and if we want to do that without force or effort and in a way that lasts, then we've got somatic movement to help us with that. So people that I've worked with have found things like they've actually gained in height, literally measuring their height, and they've gained in height. People might just sort of feel more tall, more open. Some people have noticed that their shoulders have released down, or they feel less hunched. Someone said about their shoulders being more open. So when we can release these muscles, when we don't need them to be in that position, we can stand taller, we can move more freely, and that gives us the ability to do more of the things we love and to do them more comfortably, right? There is hope for us all. So as a little footnote, I just want to say there is no such thing as a bad posture. We hear a lot about bad posture, right? There's just postures that we get stuck in, and that can become a problem. It can cause pain, it can reduce our movement. So really there's just postures that are serving us or not serving us in any given moment. So that might be from a freedom of movement perspective, it might be from a pain or discomfort perspective, it might be from a looking good perspective, right? Again, whatever that means to each of us. So the invitation is to think about, are there things about your posture, about your sort of habitual positions that you end up in that you would like to change? And do you have a sense of which muscles are contracting to bring you into that posture? And so what you've got to bring attention to learn to release it. And then the final thing to think about is, if you do that work, if you free up some of that muscle tension and change your posture, how might that make your life better in some way? Because if it's not going to make your life better, why do it? But if it's going to reduce pain or allow you to do that hobby that you love more or with more comfort, or restart because you've had to give up, right? That's where we can start to see how somatic movement can really, really change our life. So have a go. Visit the website. I've got loads of pre-recorded options. Get in touch if you want to work with me one-on-one, and let's see if we can free up some of those muscles to change our posture, to change our movement, to change the things that we can do in life and make life better, right? All right, that's it from me for now, and I will see you in the next video.